Propex Tee to Green is a sustainable solution that helps improve the performance and integrity of your golf course. This solution was utilized at the Desert Rose Golf Course for the Clark County Regional Flood Control District. Propex Tee to Green uses a cutting-edge system of X3 fiber technology to strengthen and reinforce stems and roots of all types of vegetation, thereby providing engineered erosion control and stabilization. The core product of this particular Tee to Green solution is Pyramat, which is an erosion-controlling, high-performance turf reinforcement mat with specially designed fibers that trap and hold fine particles of soil and water, promoting deep reinforced root penetration. Once the mat was installed and tied down with securing devices, it provided a substrate to bolster the effectiveness of vegetation for controlling erosion throughout the course. Whether used on swales and channels, stream or creek banks, steep slopes, or pond and lake shorelines, the Propex Tee to Green solution locks in soil and vegetation for extreme protection while maintaining the aesthetics of a championship caliber course.
This course was actually built in the 50s, and it always had the Las Vegas Wash and the Flamingo Wash running through it. However, in August of 2012, a big flood came through here that actually got backed up by some of the bridges that were on the course and flooded the development, as well as eroded out portions of the course. So we went through a whole design alternatives analysis, and we looked at all types of riprap, we looked at concrete, we looked at everything that we could do through there. By meandering the channel through the golf course, and we can keep the width that we needed, then we realized that we can actually keep it as turf. But yet the velocities were a little bit high that turf could withstand. So we looked at alternatives to actually reinforce the turf, and the product was a perfect fit. It reinforces the turf in the channel area, and it allows the area to be grass so that if the balls land in the area, they can wind up playing them.
The previous golf course, at the bottom of the wash were a lot of weedy grasses, which was an immediate lost ball for any golfer that hit a bad shot into there. By using the Bermuda grass down to the channel, it creates an easier playing surface for the player, so it'll reduce lost balls and speed up the pace of play. I do see this turf mat product as an asset to future golf course projects, and I really think that it's a valuable resource for areas that have issues with flooding or steep embankments that we'd like to grow turf grass on.
The installation went pretty smooth. Obviously, being a newer product and a lot of people didn't have a lot of experience with it on site, we had a rep come in to kind of talk about spacing of pins and how we want to cut it when we need to plant something and all that kind of thing. But once we got all that figured out, it's been really easy because it's a fairly standard, repetitive thing that's easy to do. You know, you have to tie it into the low flow channel, you have to get everything placed properly, but once we got all that figured out, it went in really smooth. It allowed for the flood control channel to be a functional flood control channel while it still allowed it to be a natural kind of habitat and a natural looking area for a golf course.
I would recommend the product for any golf course that incorporates a channel lining into it. And once the turf's on it, I mean, you can really hardly even pull up the turf. You can tell a big difference once the roots have gotten into that product. And we're looking forward to having this last for a very long time here in the Valley.